Hello, hello, it is the Trading Captain, and I'm currently setting up $0.00. No trades for me today, but while today was a no trade day, I did ask, and it seems like a lot of you guys want me to do a review for the day, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it here. So we'll go ahead and jump in. The first stock really was BOXL. This was one that was popping up when I got on this morning. And while it does have a lower float, right, only 950,000 shares outstanding, according to Thinkorswim, the unfortunate thing is that there was no news on this move, and in addition to that, this move had already made a good bit of progress. You can see how it was grinding up here. And when I was looking at the level 2, despite this saying there's only 1 million shares outstanding, I could tell just from looking at the level 2 this was a much thicker traded stock. There was probably some kind of dilution that was done. Even just looking at the daily chart, you can see that this thing is in a massive downtrend. And when we looked at the filings, we saw that there was a lot of prospectuses that they had put out. So to me, this looked like a suspiciously higher float, and the slow grind up on no news was also suspicious. Didn't really like it, so I ended up passing on this one. One that I was really interested in was PAVM. The news was actually really good, paying off a lot of their debts. And this one doesn't have a lot of a shelf registration either, so I thought this was a good potential candidate, but the problem was we just didn't get that volume on it. There was no real volume, and as a result, I was willing to take a really conservative entry, but we just didn't get that breakdown. So there was no movement, no volume, so there was nothing to trade. And the last one was GRI. And this is one where they put out news. It's kind of mediocre, but the big red flag was that they had a lot of shelf registrations that they had put on record very recently, right? You look at the daily too. This daily is in a very big downtrend, so you probably got a lot of people underwater where they've been getting diluted into this whole time as well. So those two things combined, and they had, I think it was like 4 days ago, they put out another prospectus. So very recently they announced another dilution. So I'm not surprised at all to see that after this popped up, it did end up rolling over very hard. So, and yeah, I didn't want to touch this again because the news was bearish. I was expecting this potentially to go down more. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Nothing too much more to go into because, like I said, it was a slower day. Nothing really to look into further than that. Just that the volume was lighter. There was less momentum, less price action, less opportunity in general. And I did a poll too, and about, I think it was like 70% of people, granted it was only like a 20 poll size, but about 70% of you didn't take a trade within the first hour and a half. I know Ross didn't trade, and a couple other YouTubers I watch also didn't trade. So yesterday was just a slower day. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here. Hopefully we get something better going into tomorrow, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.